What's up, YouTube fam? This is your girl, Gail Crowder, and I am so excited that you decided to join me today, Thursday. And we're going to be talking about something that is so relevant to women these days. Just feeling overwhelmed, and if we have lost ourselves in our marriages, right? As you guys know, I've been married 31 years, and I know what it is to be a wife, to be a mother, to be an employee, to be an employer, to be a soccer mom, to be a teacher, to be, all of these different hats that we wear as women. And so today I just wanted to come to you just to talk to you to see if have you lost yourself, and just give you some tools and strategies really to help you find yourself if you're feeling overwhelmed. And I know what's going on in our world today. It is so easy to lose ourselves. And now that we're dealing with this, pandemic, and we're wearing other hats on top of that. We might take on the therapist, trying to calm everybody down, trying to make sure that our homes are well stocked and taken care of. Like I said, the list just goes on and on and on and on. And so today, I just want to come before you and just really help you understand that you can truly, truly, truly love Him and your family without losing the core and the essence of who you are. Yes, we have taken on all of these titles, and yes, we say yes to so many different things, but you have a life, and you have so much more to give to this world than just being the titles that we take on. And so today, I just want to for you to really sit back and think and ask yourself a couple of questions to see if you've lost yourself, and how I can help you find yourself in the midst of all that we have going on as women and as wives. And like I said, all the titles that we have taken on. And thank you guys so much for joining me. So these are a couple of questions that you want to ask yourself if you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know if you're coming or going. And let me just tell you, I understand, because I sometimes couldn't even remember my name, because they would ask me, Gail, who are you? And I would say, well, I'm Gil's wife, and I'm Justin and Joshua's mom, and I work for the Washington Post, and I do these particular things in my church, and I'm the women's minister leader, and all of these different things. But that was not who I was. Those were titles that I had taken on. And there's a big difference. And so if you find yourself when, you're hanging out with your girlfriends, or people are like, well, tell me a little bit about yourself, and that's what you lead with, it probably is that you have lost yourself. So this is how you can tell if you lost yourself. Have you lost touch with your own dreams, your own aspiration, your own purpose, right? And a lot of times we don't even know what our purpose are, right? And our dreams and our goals, we have, suppressed them so far down, because we're trying to help our spouses achieve their dreams, and we're trying to motivate our children to achieve those dreams, and we're trying to work a job, or if we're stay-at-home warriors. And I believe that being a stay-at-home warrior is the best job that you can do, right? And so all of these things that we have going on can just really make us lose sight of our own purpose, our own dreams, and our own aspirations. So if you find yourself in a situation where you don't know your own dreams, and what used to make you get up every single day and say, I want this for myself, then that is a telltale sign that you have truly lost yourself. The second thing is that if you don't ever put yourself first, right? If you're not even on your own schedule, right? That's a problem. Because again, you can't continue to pour from an empty cup. And so many of us keep trying to pour from something that is no longer there, because we don't put ourselves on our own schedule. We don't make our own selves a priority. And let me just tell you, When you get to the point where your cup is dry and nobody's filling your own cup, you will find yourself feeling very depressed, very unappreciated, devalued, and all those different kind of things. And I'm a strong believer that God created you for a purpose. And you are here to fulfill that purpose. Yes, we've taken on all of these things, but you have to carve out some time and put yourself on your own schedule, right? And the third thing is, if you're feeling hopeless, that your turn will never come, right? You know, if I can just get my husband to achieve this on his job, right, we'll be more financially secure, and then I can go live my dreams, right? If I could just get my youngest or my oldest out of high school, then I'll have more time, and to work on me, right? Or if I can get my son off to this school, then I can have more time because I don't have to work as hard. Whatever that is, if you continue to feel hopeless, like every single time it's like your shot, it's about you, be your turn, but you always have to back off because somebody else is more important, or you feel that that person's dreams, goal, and purpose is more important than yours, then you might be feeling like you have lost yourself. And let me just tell you, it is not a good place to be. But I will tell you, you do not have to stay there. You do not have to stay there. I'm a living witness that you don't. Because let me just tell you, I had to defer my dreams for about 15 years. I had to defer them. And I had to work a normal 9 to 5 job, which is nothing wrong with that, right? I had to say no to a lot of speaking engagements and things because my children were small and my husband was working in a hospital. And it just became this thing where I just felt all the time, every time I felt like I was seeing the light, I was being pushed back. Every time I would get this opportunity, I had to say no because my family was the most important thing to me. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it has to come a point in time where you say, I'm here, I'm important, I need to be out front, I need to be heard, I need to be seen, I need to be able to paint that picture to die empty. I need to be able to say yes. And when does that happen? It only is going to happen when you make it happen. It's only going to come to fruition when you say, enough is enough. I'm going to put a period behind this. Yes, I'm going to still be that supportive wife. Yes, I'm still going to be that supportive mother. And I'm still going to love my kids. And I'm still going to be able to go to these different things, but not at the expense of my feelings, not the expense of my purpose, not at the expense of me feeling less than and underappreciated. No more. And only you have to make that turn and put that period behind all those years of commas. So let me just give you some tools and strategies to get started on that path. The first thing is you have to create a take back me plan. What is a take back me plan? A take back me plan says, you know what? Today, Gail, I am going to do X, Y, and Z for me. And you have to figure out what brings you joy. When I made my take back me plan, I had to say what brought me joy. What was my purpose? I had to get on my knees and ask God, what am I created for? And I know I was created to help wives like yourself all over the world really tap into their sexual side, their intimacy, and just be a full woman in every area of their life. I know that was what I was created for because that's what I had struggled with so many years. So for me, I said, I know I need this job. I know my family needs my income. So I'm going to start down this path to be able to put myself first. and to be able to help women like yourself get their sexy back, tap into their intimacy, learn to love themselves from the inside out, learn to love their flaws and camouflage. All of those different things, I knew that's what I was created to do. And 15 years later, I'm able to do and live my dream. I've been doing and working my job, my dream, my purpose for the last 15 years. What is yours? What is your I'm going to take back me plan? And after I mapped it all out, what did I want? Why am I here? How much time do I need to dedicate to this? Then I set my family down. And at the time, my oldest son was, I think, 11, and my baby was 6. And I set them down. I set my husband down, and I said, listen, you guys are growing, my kids are growing up. My husband is has an amazing career, but I need to be fulfilled. So I need to elicit you guys' help. When I get home, yes, I'm going to still cook, and yes, I'm going to still do these things, but I'm going to dedicate 1 hour every single night to work on me, to work on my strategy. How am I going to reach you wise? What do I want to do? Create my conference, all of these different things. I had to elicit my family. And so they got on the board, because when I say this is mommy's time to work on mommy, I'm working on my me plan, they understood. And I didn't take away from my family. I just had to stay up later and get up earlier. Whatever it's going to take for you to take back you, that's what's most important. That's what you need to do. And yes, it was some nights that I was so tired and I was falling asleep. But let me just tell you, when I start seeing my me plan come together, I started feeling better. I started treating my family much nicer. I started filling my own cup, right? Because remember, I said, you can't pour from an empty cup. I start loving me better, more. I start literally smiling more, because I was beginning to see some of my dreams, some of my aspirations come to fruition. The second thing, like I said, is you need to sit down and tell your family the new game plan, the new structure, and why you're doing it. Get them involved. Let them know what is going on with you and how it's going to benefit the family. And for me, it was me walking in my purpose, so I'm a much happier person. Number 2 is add yourself back into your calendar. Because what about you? So I had to add myself back into the calendar to say, Gail, it's okay for you to go get your nails and your feet done, once a week or every other week. It's okay for you to go get your hair done. It's okay for you to go hang out with your girlfriends on a Saturday for a couple of hours and have lunch. It's okay. That brings out the best in you. It's okay. The family will be okay for a couple of hours while you just go take care of you and find you. It's okay for you to go walk the mall by yourself or with a girlfriend. It's okay. So I started adding myself back into my schedule. And let me just tell you that my family has adapted so much that twice a year now. I used to do it once because I didn't have any money, but twice a year now, for a weekend, I go check myself into a hotel from Friday to Sunday to clear my mind. I have no kind of nothing. I don't have no laptop, no nothing, just to clear my mind, to spend time with God, to ask him, what would he have me to do? Because let me just tell you, when I started being able to do that, I have no distractions. Even though my family gives me the time that I need to do what I need to do, right? But again, it's nothing like locking yourself away with your own thoughts and your own well-being, right? Not having any outside influence, no TV, no nothing, just you and your thoughts. And I will tell you, that has literally been one of the things that helped transform my life. So add yourself back into the schedule, okay? And then also show yourself a little appreciation. If nobody's patting you on your back, if nobody's telling you that you're an amazing woman, if nobody's telling you you're beautiful, if nobody's telling you you're smart, tell yourself. Because I truly believe when God made you, He truly made something special. So make sure that you pat yourself on the back. You're an amazing woman. You're an amazing wife. You're an amazing mother. You're an amazing employee. If you're a stay-at-home warrior, you're even more amazing because that's the hardest job that you could ever do, right? So start patting yourself on the back and tell yourself you're beautiful every single day because there's nobody on the planet that walks like you, talks like you, or could ever be you. So just know that you're bad to the bone, even when you don't feel like it, even when you can't fit those jeans that you thought you should be able to fit. Whatever it is, you are amazing, and believe that. Okay. And let's just look at the last point I want to make. So many of us say yes to so many different things because for one, we feel guilty. For two, we think that we can handle it all, right? And for three, we think we have an S on our chest and that we're a superwoman, and she never existed. Okay. She never existed. Wonder Woman didn't either. I know Linda Carter personally. Is she not real? Okay. She's a real person, but she ain't walking around with that on her chest. Okay. And let me just say this to you. No is a complete sentence. And some of you guys need to literally sit down and journal for 7 days straight, every single thing that you do in a 24-hour period. From waking up to how long it takes you to brush your teeth, how long you spend on social media, how long you talk to your girlfriends, how long you in the car on the way to work, how long it takes you to cook dinner. What journal all every single day. And this is some of the stuff I have my clients do, right? Journal. And at the end of the 7 days, look and just see how much you do in 7 days. It's going to literally blow your mind. But again, we don't want to continue to run on an empty cup. We don't want to continue to lose ourselves by continuing to say yes, 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 yes. Because we think that if we say yes to every single opportunity and every single thing, that we are amazing. No, you're killing yourself. There are very few people that can handle the schedules that we put on our plates. And we don't want to ask for help. And sometimes we're married to spouses that can't help us or don't want to help us. And we have overwhelmed ourselves. So we became mean and nasty because we've said yes to too many. So journal and cut out what you can't continue to do. Delegate what you can delegate and say no more often because it's truly a complete sentence. And I will tell you, when you learn some of these tools and strategies, it will literally change your life. Because let me just tell you, I became a more pleasant person to be around when I was being able to work on some of my dreams and aspirations. I was still able to love my family. They actually began to love me more because I was much happier because I was walking in the purpose that God had created for me to pursue, right? And so if you want more about how to really balance this and how to really get on a path where you show up for yourself, just like you show up for every 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And again, have an amazing, amazing weekend.